Good morning. So I know it's been a really long time since I've done a video, but I just have something in my heart that I wanted to share really quickly. Over the last few months, my family and I have been dealing with depression, pretty severe depression. In fact, my 17-year-old daughter has been hospitalized twice since September, having to deal with this. And so it's just brought a lot of awareness and attention to this issue in myself personally. Furthermore, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I've been in mental health for 5 years, and I work with kids who suffer from these issues every day. And over the last few months, there's some things that have started to be really obvious to me. And in searching for my own breakthrough within myself and within my family, I've discovered some things that I wanted to share. And I understand that this may seem harsh. I know it's not what we always want to hear when we're going through this, but I found it to be very effective. And I just want to share it with somebody in the hopes that it'll bring victory. One of the very common things that I've noticed about depression and when we suffer from depression is that there is a severe selfishness that comes from it. There is just an inward focus that has people only focusing on what they're lacking, what their needs are. Um, why is this happening to me? Why am I continuing to go through this? Why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just be normal? Why do people do this to me? Why do I feel like this? And these internal focuses really just cause a deeper sadness, a deeper despair, a deeper hopelessness because you're focusing on what's wrong. You're focusing on everything that you don't have. And what I've really found, and I know that there's been all kinds of Instagram quotes and Pinterest quotes of inspiration that say these things, but it's kind of something that we just read and bypass. But I found that it is so true that true joy and true freedom to really break free from depression and those kind of hopeless thoughts and that disparity is to really think of others, to have a heart of gratitude, to have a daily thanksgiving is where joy really comes from. For myself, my kids and I have had some deep struggles. Like I said, my 17-year-old daughter's been hospitalized and we've had to deal with depression. But not only that, for myself, we've struggled financially. There's been times where we didn't even know where our next meal was coming from. My car broke down and I didn't know how I'm going to get to work and how I'm going to get the kids to school. In fact, I've had to miss days of work without a car, and just had struggles. And these things will really bring on a sense of failure, um, disparity. And in those moments, I've actually stretched myself and stepped out and blessed others, given other people gas money when they didn't have it, bought other people's groceries, helped others with their bills, those types of things. I tithed, even when I'm like, if I give this, I don't know what we're going to do. I still gave my tithes. And I will tell you that there was so much freedom and breakthrough that came through that. Focusing on others, in fact, looking at yourself and saying, what do I have to offer? What do I have to give that somebody else needs? And being that for that person. There is so much joy and freedom and victory that comes from it. Depression wants you to be a victim. Depression wants you to think about all the things that have been done to you and how unfair it is and how you deserve justice. And yes, that could be true. It is true. There were things that were done to you that were unfair, but there is no joy in thinking like that. There is no peace in thinking like that. In fact, it just creates more anger, more hostility, more resentment, bitterness, which just creates worse feelings. Real joy and real passion comes from forgiving. It comes from thinking of others and how you're going to impact and help them. It comes from giving when you don't even know how you're going to give, not knowing where your own blessing is coming from, but still giving to others. And I will tell you, you will feel so fulfilled. There will be so much love and joy and peace in your heart. It won't even matter what you don't have anymore because you will feel so rich. And I know it's one of those things that it's like, yeah, whatever. It's something that you don't realize until you actually do it. And it was something the Lord kept talking to me about and putting it on my heart. And I was scared. I'll be honest, I was scared because we were struggling, but I began to do it. Especially this week, I've allowed God to stretch me and I've begun to praise Him through it all. I turn on my praise music and I thank Him for everything that I do have. And then what I do have to give, I offer it to others with a glad heart. And I will tell you this morning, I am feeling so much peace and joy and happiness that I haven't felt in about a month. And I just thought, there's somebody out there that needs to know this works. Having a heart of gratitude, being thankful every day and blessing others no matter what your situation looks like, you will find so much joy and peace in that. And I just hope that this encourages you. I know it's difficult. I know it's not what we want to hear. When you're depressed, you want to think about, well, nothing but what you shouldn't have to do. And how dare they ask me to do one more thing? Don't they see I'm hurting? Again, that's why this message isn't always fun, but it stretches us. It takes us to another level. It takes us to a place that's outside of the box, something that you wouldn't think would actually be the prescription for the disease. It's kind of like when you get bit by a snake, you have to inject yourself with the same venom in order to be healed. And so with depression, you don't want to give. And so the thing that's going to give you freedom, the thing that's going to give you the healing is to give. Um, and so I just hope that this encourages somebody. I hope that you find your freedom and you find